everyone, it's Advija Coastal Magnolia. I'm at my very last art show for the season. I'm at the South Beaches Community Center Farmers Market, and I've got a couple of quick little projects that I've been doing over the last couple of days just to kind of fill out my inventory. And I want to show you something that I made with, scrap. This is literally scrap plywood. It's scrap plywood. Look at how cute this turned out. With scrap plywood, this is all scrap. I'm going to show you how I made it. This is an acrylic swipe with resin on top. Turned out really super cute. Come along and see how I did it. Let's go. I started by cutting out a basic fish shape from my scrap piece of plywood and then sanded it really smooth with my sander, and now I'm going to paint it a base color. I don't know what this color is. It's a turquoise. This is an Oops paint from Lowe's. I picked it up for $7 for a pint, or not a pint, it's a quart. This is a quart, this is a quart. So I'm gonna shake it up, and that's what I'm gonna paint. Probably, I'm gonna go ahead and mask it off, just so I don't make a mistake, because I think I'm gonna leave this wood. I want that eye. I love how pocked this is. It's got some good texture. I don't know, I just want something different. So I'm just going to take this off. That way I don't make a mistake. Does that make sense? And then we'll probably stain that color with some resin. That'll look really good. Ooh, that's so pretty. You know what? I'm gonna do my edges. Let's do these. I'll let that dry. So these are the paints that I've had mixed up already. 1 part paint to 3 parts Floetrol. And I'm using Floetrol because it really does improve the kind of the silkiness of the paint. It gives me a lot of, you know, fluid motion. This paint normally is kind of gloppy, and this is Dollar Tree paint. Dark blue, deep blue, excuse me, and then teal. And this is from Dollar Tree. 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol, and then a little bit of water. And it just is kind of like warm honey. All right, a little bit of water. Use this deep blue, this teal, and I really am curious about adding a little bit of orange. This is an Oops paint also. It's a color sample. It's a really nice little orange mouthwash. So this is also going to be 1 part paint, eyeballing it here. I want this to kind of mimic a parrotfish, the color of a parrotfish, which is very bright, primarily dark blue and teal or turquoise. I want it to be bright. So there is no silicone in any of my color cups. But there is silicone in my swipe white. My swipe white is 1 part Amsterdam titanium white and 4 parts Floetrol. Okay. And I'm gonna swipe this way. I don't think that's big enough. But I could always do 2. No, I kind of want to do 1. I need 3 paper towels. I'm going to wet my paper towel with water. And I'm going to put this weird thing is something I use when I'm making Christmas ornaments. It's a board with nails in it, but what this is going to allow is the paint, any paint to drip off. I don't have to use cups, but then I can also capture the drips. I think I'm going to go this way with it. Really didn't need to go all the way. Down here. One. Pretty, very light orange. Just gonna kind of sprinkle it in here. Might have made a little bit too much. Probably did. Want any empty spots, but that's why I painted the background the same color, kind of the same color as what I was going to be putting on it, so that way if it does peek through, see, like right there, you can't really tell, but I don't want that. All right, so now I'm going to put white here. And what this is going to do, it's going to allow an even flow. This is why I put it in the squirt bottle. Okay. That would look good as a swipe, like with a stick. Ooh, maybe I should do that. That looks really good right there. Look at that. Like, just go like that. Let's do it. This is one of those times when I'm so busy concentrating on what I'm doing that I kind of sort of forget to talk. So what I'm doing is just very, very gently sort of taking the knife, and this is a cake frosting knife, and just grabbing that white and gently folding it and dragging it along those colored stripes as I go. You don't want to press down too hard because then you end up dragging all your paint off of the end. And I'm just trying to be really careful not to move the knife too much, but then also, you know, and I probably should have pressed down a little bit more there, but I can fix that. I probably could add a little bit more white swipe color at the top to kind of extend my swipe a little bit. But when I see me starting to run out of white, that's when I want to lift up the knife. Now what I'm doing is just tilting the fish a little bit, and you can see the paint at the top kind of pulling down. I'm just trying to extend my cells a little bit, but I don't want to overstretch it because then I get zigzaggy lines and I don't want that. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit more white paint in some strategic areas and just extend the cells a little bit. Oh my God, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. What would happen if I swiped that again? Like, I don't know. Oh my goodness. You need to come up close. Look at this. Look at that. Let's just tilt a little bit. I'm not fiddling with it anymore. I need something here. I feel like I need some crushed glass or something up in there. Put it on while it's wet, it'll stay. But I'm also going to be resining this. So it definitely will stick. I didn't want to add too much, just about a band about an inch wide right behind his cute little face. And then once the paint was dry, after about a day, I just peeled off the tape and got it ready for resin. The resin I'm using is Let's Resin. It's a casting resin, but it's very thin, so it works great as just a really thin top coat. I had mixed up a bunch because I'm resining other fish as well, and I ended up running out of resin, so I did have to mix up a little bit more and replace my glove. But so I did mix up enough to finish his face, and then also added a little bit more of the crushed glass there around his, I guess it's kind of like a collar. It just adds a little bit more bling. So once I finished that, I did have enough left in my cup for just to add a little bit thicker layer on his face, and then I ended up adding a smaller little glass cabochon like you would get. It's a vase filler that I got at the Dollar Tree, and just added his eye there. So look how cute this one turned out. I did leave this plain. I'm gonna see what the response is to this. I probably could put a little bit more resin on it, because that first layer of resin it sealed the wood. So I could put another little ant there. Put another flood coat and I could get a nice shiny finish. But I really, really love the body of this. So I did have silicone, remember, in the swipe color. So I got a lot of fish eyes on this one when I put the resin on it. But let me tell you, you can't really see it in the video. I don't know if you can see it. I have a lot of fish eyes, and let me tell you, it really adds a awesome texture, kind of like fish scales, normal fish scales. But I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.